Welcome to ExpandAbilities Meets, the podcast where mindset, resilience, and real conversations help shape complete athletes. I'm Alex.
I'm Robert.
In each episode, you know this, we dive into the mental side of athletic performance, the stories behind the struggles, and the habits that help athletes grow on and off the field. Thanks for being here. Now let's expand our abilities together. Robert, let's get into it. It has been a little bit of a hiatus since our last episode. So, how are you, man? How's everything?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling really well. Have
So
had great wrestling season.
fill us in, man. Go for it. Let's hear it.
Fill us in. So over the past three
Oh
seasons,
boy. Okay. Yeah,
I've
I've heard
had
this.
17, 17 state qualifiers. And on top of that, I had seven state placers.
And
Hold on.
oh, there's more,
There's more on top of that. I had we had two state champions. Two
including
state
one this
champions.
year, right?
Who won this year?
Including
2 years ago, weight class 126. This year, weight class 145.
it's a big deal.
Excellent season.
It's a
Yes.
big deal. And I bet you were ecstatic when all that happened.
Well, we started rough. Not him, of course. But as a team, we started, pretty rough. However, I had like a heart to heart talk. Like, if you don't want to be here, you can leave.
Well,
Type of
yeah, it's
talk.
that's called the Harris effect.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that motivated them. And with that motivation, we came this close to winning regionals for the first time, 3 points away, and then we came in second in sectionals, which is another outstanding accomplishment behind Bloomington High School, junior high school.
So it had a lot to do with coaching, is what you're saying.
Um, you know, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. What's on my back? Something's on my back. But yes, no, the Russians, man, they did it.
Hey,
They
man,
did. I
it
just
takes
provide the
it takes hard
motivation.
work. It takes hard work. So,
What about you? How have
oh
you been?
man, it's
A lot of
been
changes the last couple of months since our last episode.
not much. We start spring football next week. 2 weeks actually. It's currently spring break. I know it's spring break for you too, so
Yes.
enjoying some time off. It's been a lot. So, but a good. It's uh been a good couple of months, honestly. A lot of learning still with being in this role at the high school, and a lot of the kids, we take something new every single day, right? You never know what's going to happen. It's really like unpredictable, right? And so it's been quiet without sports, but I'm glad that summer football is going to be here as soon as we know it. But spring football is starting up in a couple weeks, so we get to see some of our, the incoming freshmen. That some of the current freshmen will be going to varsity practices and
Yeah.
things like that. So I think it'll be good. Definitely think it's going to be eye-opening for a lot of kids, especially the ones making that leap from middle school to high school. Luckily, the system we ran last year at middle school was the same exact system they're going to see in high school. So that's always our big thing, is try to make the transition as easy and seamless as possible so they have absolutely nothing to worry about. So I'm pretty confident it'll be good. How about
So,
you? Do you
so
have
you finished 3 quarters of a year
Yes.
teaching.
Yes.
How has that been for you?
It's fun, man. It's fun. My favorite class is actually the social emotional learning class I teach. And we call them our spicy six. There's six students in there, and they all have behavioral issues. They all have different diagnoses, which kind of place them in that class. And it's a class that we created in October. Um, and we wrote the curriculum for it and everything, which is really cool. It was a cool experience. Um, but ultimately, we incorporate a lot of lately, I've been putting a lot of emphasis on emotions, a lot of emphasis on emotion regulation specifically. Lately, we've been talking about body language and facial expressions, which has been really cool because what we do is we talk about the facial expression, we put it in the bell ringer, we talk about it, they add it to their journal. Hey, what does this look like? These are applied skills kids, so they are lower functioning than typical gen ed environment kids, but it's a blast, man. I show Mr. Bean. You know Mr. Bean?
Sure.
Yeah,
The
so we
tall,
watch.
skinny guy.
Yeah, he's a funny looking guy, right?
Yeah.
But we watch Mr. Bean because there is pretty much no talking. He never talks. If he does, it's typically his name. So a lot of it is just reading body language and understanding it, right? So it's really cool. And the kids have really grown a lot since starting that class. So we're actually going to be starting a new project where we're going to create a silent movie. It's going to be pretty cool. So we're going to write the script and do all that type of stuff, and it's going to be a really cool experience. So I'm excited. Well, that was a little rundown for both of us. Um,
We
so
got
you,
to do a backdrop. Is that the place you're in or something? What's going on?
we did. I was here. I was here last time we did this.
Where are you?
My new house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like
Outstanding.
it? Do you like
Yeah, I
it?
do.
Looks nice,
Welcome.
right?
Yep. Welcome to the puppy pound. Outstanding.
Look at that. Booyah. So, motivation. We have talked a lot about some negative components. We talked a lot about some negative components in relation to mental health, right? We talk about pressure. We talk about suicide. We talk about depression. We talk about anxiety. We talk about all this stuff. Let's talk about motivation. Okay. So, as a coach, explain your role with being a motivator. Go.
Okay. As a coach, my role, see, I may take a different approach than most coaches.
Okay.
I feel, especially in wrestling, football is a little bit different. It's more of a team environment. But in wrestling, I feel individuals should be self motivated. Now, with that self motivation that they have, which brings them into the wrestling room,
Yeah.
um, I have to enhance um, their what's the word I'm looking for? I have to enhance not only their skills but their effort. I have to enhance their effort
And their mindset, you could say as well, right?
mindset. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, effort and mindset, and their try to make sure their attitude is in line to what we're trying to achieve. So that's my role as a coach. I'm trying to enhance their effort, make sure they have a good mindset. Definitely trying to build a strong mind because I feel if they have a strong mind, they're going to be so motivated to get on that mat to show how resilient they are. It doesn't matter what you do. I'm going to push through this.
Well,
So
because
that's a
if
little
if
bit
you
about
have
me.
that if you have a negative mindset and you go out on the mat, you're gonna lose. No ifs, ands, or buts, right?
That exactly.
And I feel like you see that a lot with some of these kids. I mean, I experienced that last year with my football team. I think we were full of talent. We had we had a solid group of guys. And it's funny because the current freshmen asked me, they're like, "Hey, are the eighth graders like worse than us?" I'm like, "No."
They would kick your butt.
They I wanted to go against them. But no, I mean they're full of talent, but the big thing is when they keep getting in their head, that intrinsic motivation, right?
Yeah,
I feel like it's a piece that a lot of kids just lack nowadays. And you could have all the talent in the world. You could be very aggressive. You could have a decent mindset majority of the time. But the minute any adversity hits,
toughed out.
boom, you're done. Like in football, if the other team scores on you first, oh man, we're gonna lose. Or in wrestling, right? I'm down, I'm down by just a takedown, right? Down by a takedown. There's 30 seconds left. What do I do? Am I just gonna give up? Or it's like the story I told you about one of my wrestlers. Literally in the middle of the match, he's like, "Coach, I'm gassed." I'm like, "Dude, you got to be kidding me!" Like that is a kid who is going to lose right now.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
you're just gonna get
That body language says a lot. I mean, my
oh
heavyweight, 45 seconds. This is at stake. 45 seconds into the match, this dude is looking dead. I'm like, dude, how can you be that tired 45 seconds? Do you know how many stairs we do, man? I put all that back in his head. All this work you've done, these stairs, these bear crawls, listening to me, running the hills, and you're gonna get tired of these 45 seconds. There was a
Well,
break. Then after that, he came back and he finished the match. He won 2-1. So which was, a great um, accomplishment for him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I know with heavyweights in particular, there's a lot of just circling around the mat. It's like, oh, what's going to happen? Who's going to
yeah,
take a shot? Who's going to get in a collar tie? What's going to happen here? And then boom, like you go the whole entire first period of nothing. It's just like, oh, we're just kind of playing ring around the rosy right now. That's how my heavyweight was.
yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is, like whoever gets the takedown, it's like, oh, match is going to be over in 10 seconds.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. One thing I tell him, hey, I don't care. 1-0. I mean 0-0 into the first period. I don't care. But you know what? Second period, you're gonna start wrestling because somebody's choosing down, somebody's choosing up, and action is going to happen.
well,
What
and
are
this
you going to do?
this isn't practice. This is a big time tournament that you need to be prepared for. So motivation and preparation go hand in hand, right? So the training, what about the training that goes into this internal motivation?
I feel that we have to make it as hard as a training process to where to where they want to quit, but they
Well,
won't.
Rob, someone's getting sick.
It's not sick. I've been coughing, trying to get over it.
Well,
But yeah,
it sounds
so
like you need some meds, man.
no, it just happens.
And this is not a push for a medication. We are not sponsored by a medication.
Yeah, but yeah, I tried to get them through that that bump, that
Well,
hiccup.
and that's the thing. Like if you treat practice like it's the hardest thing on earth, then it makes competition that much easier. And I know some coaches out there, some people might think like, oh, like why would a coach want to make it super hard? And that doesn't mean like, hey, we're going to withhold water and things like that. It just means like, hey, we're going to push you harder than anyone's pushed you because
Yeah,
by the time you are in a competitive period, you will thrive because it
you
may
have to make
seem easy.
practice. You have to make practice so hard that in the match they're just everything that they've learned. Or they're just showing it.
So what's your way of
It's
pushing them? What's your way of pushing them so they can feel that type of motivation?
I put some of it is military training. I just put them through some military stuff. I put them through training things that they've never seen or felt before. You know, as far as bear crawling and carrying somebody up the hill, carrying them down the hill
Constant
and,
stairs.
and stairs. I love
Constant
stairs.
stairs.
And then sometimes I mix the stairs with competition. So they run up and run down like tag team relay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just
Well, and then
just push them.
God forbid you wear all white that day.
Oh, they're scared of that. They always look. But one day I wore white and it was a not as hard day as before. But most of the time when I'm wearing all white, it's going to be a great day.
It's gonna be hell.
But this what I'm gonna do this year. I'm going to buy me some white shoes.
You should.
I am. So
My only problem with that is they get really dirty really easy.
it's going to be completely white. I'm only going to probably wear them 5 times out the year, maybe six.
Depend, depending on how bad that team is.
Well, next year we're going to have some challenges that we're going to have to overcome next year.
That's
As you
kind
know, my 3 year run of 17 state qualifiers, 7 state placers, and 2 state
you had to
champions.
throw that back in there, didn't you?
Right. It was right there. I had to take it. I had to take it.
Can't miss an opportunity.
He did up for me, man.
Um, so like when it comes to motivation, right? I feel like when it comes to like football, for example, we're both head coaches, right? We have a staff. That's something that an entire staff has to buy into because I feel like it's a domino effect, right? When the whole staff buys into it, then the kids will buy into it. or if you run an entire program, right? If you want that, your staff wants that, then your whole program will buy into it. I'm kind of at this crossroads right now where I want parents to buy into it, and I know it's kind of, I'm not going to say it necessarily frowned upon, but to include parents in this type of process, it takes a lot, right? But it's like if we want to create this atmosphere and culture that is going to dominate, you have to include everyone, right?
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
starts that
definitely.
starts with motivation. How are we
Absolutely.
going to motivate these kids so they don't get down on themselves? Because what we see in the athletic environment can always come also in academic environment, but also in life, right?
Yeah.
So you think of the impact that sports has, especially with motivation.
One thing we need to do is to, when we bring parents into the mix, is let them know, hey, this is where we are, and this is where your role as as a parent motivator
Yeah.
ends and mine continues to grow, or your athletes continues to go. So there
Yeah.
has to be a clear line.
Well, that's the thing too. You can say the same about coaches, right? So something I'm going to have this year that I'm starting is actually a coach's contract, but also a player contract or code of conduct, right? So that way it's going to keep everyone in their lane, right? So that way there's no confusion, you know, and but that way also everyone feels like they have a role in making sure this is the most put together program that we can have, right? In order to build this culture, it starts from the ground up. And so that means, instead of going all willy-nilly, we're going to actually have some organization tie into this. And so last year was kind of rough because I had I I fell into the head coaching role for football in June, which in football world severely late, severely late. When I say June, I had the letter. It says June 17th, so it was near the end of June. Over half the month is already over. And it's like, all right, we need to get going. So now I have all this time to plan and all this time to prepare where it's like I'm feeling pretty good. Um, but I mean, you think of the impact that motivation has. As a coach, obviously we want to be a motivator. We want our team to win. To some, winning is the most important thing in the world, right? But in order to be a good motivator, it all starts with relationship building.
Yeah.
If you are
Well,
willing and able to build that relationship with the players and athletes, wrestlers, you name it, then the motivation aspect comes easy because they believe in you. They believe in you, they believe in your program, and I feel like if you come off as this hardcore authoritative figure, are they going to follow you? Are they going to want to play for you?
well, probably not. I mean,
Depends if you win, I guess, but
yeah, probably not. I mean, but well, if you're winning, they'd take it. But if you're losing, oh man, hell's going to hit the hell's going to hit the fan.
it's like a my way or the highway type of thing. Like I reached out to a parent recently about where I see his son being incorporated into our offensive system, right? This year. Like we're gonna make all these adjustments. We have made adjustments as a program. And so he was very receptive and was like, "Hey, like I really appreciate you, structuring your offense and your program kind of around your personnel." And he said that I've dealt with coaches before who it's where they believe in the philosophy of it's my way or the highway type of thing. Like you have to adapt to our system. And it's like, no, like the game works where we adapt based on what we are given, what we are provided, right? And so that's where it feels like,
Well, let me ask you this, because one, what you did, I would never done that.
I know,
Never.
I know.
Um, I don't have the my way, the highway approach. But if you're already telling this kid, hey, we're putting this around you, what if you have
I didn't say that.
what if you have somebody? I'm just saying, what if you have somebody else come in out of nowhere that's clearly better than the next person?
It's a
Then what are you
possibility.
going to do?
It's a possibility. I didn't say blatantly like, "Hey, I'm going to structure everything around you." No,
I'm
no,
a
no, no.
parent. That's why I hear. As a parent, I'm just saying.
Not if it's in writing.
No, I'm just saying. If you're having this conversation with with the guy, and it sounds like
Well, this was based on that last year as well. It's not like it's someone I'm just meeting for the first time.
sure, sure,
So it's not like it's a brand new type of thing. But the idea is, it's not just that, it's given our linemen, it's given our skill guys, it's given all these things I want to prepare, especially mentally.
yeah,
I'm not a believer in this go right, go left type of thing. I'm a believer in like strategy, and I'm a believer in, building something that they can actually retain as they go on to the next level. You know what I mean? And so
yeah, so,
that means trying to get people on the same page.
yeah, yeah, something they're going to definitely, use at the. That's one thing I do appreciate about what you guys do where you're at is that the junior high level, they are basically there to prepare them for freshmen, prepare them for you know varsity football.
Well, yeah. And it's like where you are, they have many youth programs. Then they don't run the same exact stuff as the high school. So it makes it harder, right?
Oh yeah, because we have to unlearn them and then teach them all over. And the first that first practice, I'm telling you, everything you guys learn, just throw out the window.
Means absolutely nothing.
That means nothing. It means that like my last year, my assistant coach came from the youth program, and he was blitzing every darn play, and my head I lost all my hair because of it. I was just going nuts. I mean, I tried to tell them, dude, we are here to teach them our defensive system. Not, yes, we want to win, but that's not the goal. The goal is to teach them the varsity system. And didn't get that through his head until halfway through the season, where I just had to sit down with the head program head coach, say, hey, you have to have a talk with him. He's not running your defense. What do you want me to do? So that way, I left it to him. What do you want me to do? Want me to keep letting it happen, or are we going to do something different? So we did something different. Guess what? We started being more competitive. We ended up the season 4-4. We started off 1-3.
So who ended up running the defense?
The assistant, one of my other assistants.
Oh wow. You did a mid-season fire.
Well, a mid-season step back.
A mid-season step back. Hey, I mean, maybe you think about the being in the kids' minds, right? They're not feeling motivated if they're losing.
Well, no, they're not. Right.
No, they're not feeling I mean, think about their motivation level when you were 1-3.
It was pathetic. And what was so grand and great when the game that we played with the
Yeah,
JV players, that
yeah.
game, when we were in, we were kicking butt. And when the JV were in, they were they were just doing bad, horrible. So that was really a game that the freshmen won that game. We're really laid on them. We were playing Champaign Central that day.
Some Central Illinois guys. See, that's the thing. Down there, the road trips for away games are like 45 minutes. Our road trips here are like, well, it might be the furthest one with traffic, but it's definitely not 45 minutes.
Yeah,
We have one down the street. It's like 10 minutes.
so we have three. We have two 10-minute,
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
two 10 minutes, and then Peoria. But we went to Danville this year. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
That's
that
far.
sucked. That sucked.
Well, you went to Waubonsie too at one point,
That
didn't
we went to Danville, Waubonsie, and we went to Ottawa.
you? No way.
It was horrible.
Dude, what if someone has to go to the bathroom? That's the question.
Yeah, use the
I
bathroom before you get on the bus.
Well, I remember we went out here, we went to Penn, and with traffic, it was almost 2 hours. And I just remember I was like, man, I gotta pee like a racehorse. I was the first one off the bus when we got there. I ran. It was our first game of the season. I was like, I ran to this bathroom. I didn't even know where I was. I'd never even been there before. Marcus Freeman's kid actually goes to Penn. It's
Oh, is that right?
from Notre Dame. Yeah, this it's in South Bend area. But
Eating good.
yeah, he wrestles too. I think he's a decent wrestler. I think he's more of
I
a
mean, as
wrestler.
a team, are they good?
Oh, Penn, yeah, yeah, they're usually pretty good. They got a lot of big guys. It's the better high school out there in Notre Dame country. Um, so let's talk about motivation with college coaches.
Yeah, something I want to be.
Indeed. So you think of motivation as a college coach, right? We talked about, so we went to Nashville this weekend, annual trip, and you and I talked about um, our dislike of the transfer portal, right? We talked about our dislike of the transfer portal and the idea, hey, you could be allowed one transfer. I know we agreed on this. That's why I'm saying it. We agreed on one transfer
Yep.
and the other one, if your coach leaves,
Right.
right? Think about the impact a coach has on a program, the impact a coach has in the recruiting process, right? So, how does motivation tie into that?
Right now, right now, there are young people. I feel I don't know. I'm not in their position, so I'm only guesstimating or assuming that they're or what I've seen that their motivation is the dollar, is the bag.
So the coach really isn't the motivator anymore.
So to
My
a
guy,
certain extent,
my guy Bryce
you know,
Underwood over at Michigan makes about $10 million a year.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
and he
some of those
stayed.
some of those Ohio State guys are making a lot,
Yeah, they're
a
making
ton.
yeah. I mean,
Some of the,
they have. I mean, Michigan, Texas, Ohio State,
Alabama,
uh, you know, maybe Penn State, Alabama, Oregon,
Oregon,
those
USC.
USC, those schools will pay the most.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. This alone is a crazy
That's
stat.
the thing. That's the
Caleb
thing.
Caleb Williams made more at USC in 2 years than he has for his entire rookie contract with the
Rookie
Bears.
contract, yeah.
He made $54 million with USC. Didn't even go to a playoff.
Well, what's his Manning down in Texas? He's making
Arch,
Arch Man. He's making bank,
yeah, Arch is
big
making a
bag.
lot. Well, and then think about this. So the coaches have to use that as a recruiting tactic. Like, hey, we can get you this much money. Like the universities are signing contracts now. Where it's like you think about motivation, that's a great point, is money. Money is a huge
Right.
motivator, not just for athletes, but for people of all different types of careers, even.
Now,
You
one
know,
thing they do at Ohio State,
oh,
they
great.
have a they have a set what they're going to give for each roster position. It's kind of set. However,
So that way you know what you're going to get when you go there.
yeah. However, it's the deals behind the scene. You know, those deals. Where
Well,
you're
yeah.
advertising for this car place or whatever. That's where they're making their big money at.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing too, is I feel like it should just be a livable wage. Why does it have to be some crazy, like they are getting a free education, they're getting free housing, they're getting a meal plan, they're getting everything. Heck, you and I would do that without
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
millions of
for sure,
dollars.
for sure.
If someone said, "Hey Alex, hey Rob, you can come, you can coach here, you'll get a meal plan, a place to live," I'd be like, "All right, I'm
I
in."
told you I'd do that.
I,
I'd be
I,
hey.
I would too. Uh, I remember I was offered a graduate assistant role once, and I was offered it was 5 grand. That was it, 5 grand. Yes, you get your master's degree, yippee yippity doo dah, but the idea was like it was a small university, like if you were to give me a meal plan, I'd consider it, like give me a place to live. Those are the two things I need. Uh, but I always think about that. I feel like both of us always think about that, but it's interesting.
Yeah,
Um, well, I think it's just clear that motivation has such a huge impact on athletes, coaches, even just the everyday normal human, right?
yeah.
And what motivates them is always the question. And so for those listening out there, I want you to really think about what motivates you. What motivates you to continue on
Do
life
what
that
you do.
with this life that we live and with the job that you are in or want to do. And What are your internal motivators? What are your external motivators? Are there are there things that don't motivate you at all? You know, do you this is a time for reflection, a time to look at, hey, like what is working for me? What maybe what doesn't? What gives you your life purpose? A lot of different things to consider. But um think about that person in your life that also has motivated you to do what you do. Like, I know I have a lot of them. So I it's definitely something to think about. All the people who have had an impact in your life and who have motivated you to do that you're the best that you can. Right? Like one is my grandma, for example, who passed away 2 weeks ago. You know, like she motivated me. She always said, like, you don't need a therapist, you have a grandma. I'm just like, cool. But there's definitely so many people out there who motivate us every single day to do our best that we can in order to live the
Yeah,
best life we can.
yeah. My brothers motivate me.
I know you talk to them all the time.
And they keep me going.
Um, so if you're listening out there, I want you guys to just take some time, think about that, and we'd love to hear what you guys think. Um, this has been ExpandAbilities Meets, the podcast where mindset, resilience, and real conversations help shape complete athletes. If you want to learn more about Expandabilities, our mission, what we do, go to www.expandabilities.com. Again, that's www.expandabilities.com. You can learn more about our podcast here. You can learn more about our Patreon. You can learn more about resources that we will be creating soon. Is that's a newer thing, newer development for Expandabilities is creating mental health resources, educational resources, curriculum, and such for therapists, teachers, you name it, service workers. They can all utilize it. So we want to grow this thing. We want to build it, and we need you guys to do that. So take some time, visit the page. If you guys want to be featured on Expandabilities Meets, if you guys want anything to do with Expandabilities Meets, and you want to just submit a topic, even shoot us an email, info@expandabilities.com. Rob, is there anything else that I'm missing?
Hey, you done an outstanding job again.
So did you.
All right.
Okay. Well, I guess that's how we end this one. All right. So we'd love to hear what you guys want to hear. So like, comment, email,
Subscribe.
subscribe, do all that type of stuff. We're here
You know
for
what to
it.
do. Just do it.
Rock on. All right. This has been Expandabilities Meets. I'm Alex,
I'm Rob.
and we will talk with you guys later. Peace.